Welcome, wonderful souls, to your favorite channel about BL related stuff. In this video, we share our favorite BLs out of all the ones we watched in August. We have only included the series that have finished airing. Do comment and let us know if you agree with our opinion. First up, in no particular order of ranking, is His Man Season 2. It is not a BL drama series, so technically it shouldn't be in the video, but BL watchers from across the globe watched and appreciated the show, so we had to mention it. It's a dating reality show where 8 guys cohabitate for 8 days, get to know each other and form connections. As a general rule, reality shows don't hold our interest, but this one took us by surprise. We think it was a mixture of a few things. The fact that these are real people, their personalities, the chemistry between them, their interactions and friendships, the way they expressed themselves or didn't express themselves, the Korean way of writing and directing the show, and of course, the daily phone calls. We waited eagerly for these 30 seconds calls that the contestants had to make every evening to one of their housemates. They were the highlight of the show for us. If the length of the episodes, which is about an hour or so, is a concern for you, or if you're concerned about not connecting with certain people and not liking certain parts, well, the streaming gods have bestowed us with the blessing of skipping parts. Use it. But don't let that stop you from giving this show a try. Spoiler alert, one of the couples who chose each other in the end of the show are still dating and are celebrities now with fan followings from around the world. Next up is Be My Favorite. We have come across a few people who consider this series as the best one they've watched in 2023 so far. The series has a time travel theme where one of the main leads travel back in time to fix it. But it never is that simple, is it? The characters and their interactions are realistic even though the theme is time travel. It isn't dramatic or overcomplicated. Instead, it gives a sense of comfort, ease, and connection with the characters who might actually exist in reality. Might not be perfect, but the series is well written and directed. We found Gawin and Krist's pairing to be unusual, refreshing, and well suited for this series. The interactions and intimate moments did not seem forced. We like the character developments, the flawed characters who try to address and work on their shortcomings, the refreshing adult communications, the characters realizing their mistakes and the apologies offered quite a few times, addressing some social issues in neither a very rosy nor a thorny way. The supporting characters Pear and Max, who are good, strong, balanced and sensible adult humans. The humorous parts, the sweet moments, a few being Kavi's confession, their first kiss, Kavi's reaction and realization the morning after he had confessed, and drunk Pisang had slept over in his room. The natural chemistry between Gawin and Krist, and definitely their acting skills. These two have reminded us not to settle for mediocrity as far as acting in Thai BLs is concerned, because sometimes that's all that is available at the moment and unknowingly we lower our standards and settle for those. Music-wise, the OST Redo sung by Krist is very fun, and Unable sung by Gawin is quite touching, especially in context of his character in the series. We also like It Might Be You sung by both Gawin and Krist. We enjoyed the series and it is worth a watch. The third and the last one is Stay With Me, which once again isn't technically a BL because it is categorized under the bromance genre. This is hilarious that 2 out of 3 series on our list of best BL series we watched in August 2023 are not technically BLs. Very chaotically us. Moving on, first things first, it definitely is much more than a bromance, but we are ready to call it a nature documentary if that's what it takes for it to pass the censorship norms. Call us paranoid, but we have been feeling uneasy every time someone calls it a BL, lest the censorship gods wake up one fine day and scrutinize it again and the worst happens. So we shall refer bromance as seasoning and the other dreaded B word as spice for the sake of this video. We were skeptical in the beginning, like many of us, because of Addicted, but we went in without the mindset of comparison. Although the uniforms did bring in nostalgia, very soon it was quite clear that this is not at all like Addicted. Still, it holds interest from the beginning. The story, in very basic terms, follows the trope enemies to lovers. Brothers. But it's complicated. The characters of both the main leads, Woobi and Suyu, are well written and acted. The characters' development and the way they come close to each other is lovely and touching. They found their home in each other. The supporting characters are also well written and they play a significant part in defining the characters of Woobi and Suyu and their close bond. For the spice lovers out there, if your concern is that only seasoning will not be enough for you, or if you think you don't have patience for just 1 or 2 instances of spice which come towards the end of the series, let us assure you that that's not the case. It varies from people to people, but everyone realizes pretty soon whatever seasoning they're using has spice in it, before the seasoning is completely replaced by spice. What with all the stares and gazes Woobi gives Suyu, the plenty of innuendos, Suyu being a different person with Woobi, and the way he looks with tenderness at him when Woobi is looking away. It is not bland or just well seasoned. Do we remember the bicycle scene where these two were riding facing each other? How can that ever be seasoning? And we even get a cheek and forehead kiss towards the end. Oh no, not the K word. Let's refer to it as sauce to be in tune with the theme. So what we mean is sauce gets added to spice towards the end. The seasoning aspect of it should not hold you back from watching it. But spoiler alert again, the end is frustrating. It's not just heart-wrenching but also open-ended, so we don't really know what happened. Although there are talks of a second season, so we choose to believe that both the main characters are okay. After investing so much in the series, after being a part of Woobi and Suyu's life and sharing their joys and sorrows, we might as well be the furniture in their room, not speaking, but there with them all the time. After all of this, do we deserve an open ending? But in hindsight, once our frustration had subsided somewhat, we thought maybe this is not the worst that could have happened. We can think of a thing or two that would have been more difficult to bear if they had shown more of what happened after the dreadful accident. We have so much to say about the ending that we should probably make a separate video about this. In short, we really liked Stay With Me. Let us know in the comments if what we said made you watch any of these series. This is it for now. See you later. Be well.